How to Train Your Dragon Homecoming is the fifth short and is the final property of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. It takes place before the epilogue of Hidden World. So today I'm going to be reviewing the short, but this will be a little different. First, I'm going to discuss some interesting trivia about the short, and I'm going to go through the short scene by scene. Back on October 25th, the 1 year anniversary of the second trailer for The Hidden World, it was aired in Latin America, and then an audio recording of the English language had been found, and then it was released on digital services like Sky around the middle of November. The short's official release was December 3rd for America. However, what was the point of releasing it in the beginning of December when it's going to be on digital services and even aired before that in a Pacific country? It's also a property that doesn't include Valka and Eret, nor the other dragons, which is very disappointing. It would have been nice to see how Valka is as a grandmother to Sephiroth and Nothing, and Eret's relationship with Gobber and the other dragons. It would have been even nice to see the other dragons like Stormfly, Meatlug, Barf and Belch, and Hookfang to see how they behave in the Hidden World, as they are now separated from the Burkians. However, let's now go through How to Train Your Dragon Homecoming. So the short begins with a reused shot of the wedding, with the logo appearing and Hiccup narrating how Snoggletog is a great time for the Burkians, and how they still remember and cherish the dragons after letting them go to live in the Hidden World for 10 years. And Hiccup is telling to his son Nothing how you still remember your loved ones even though they're far away, but then Sephiroth hits Hiccup with a dragon defense system and questions why Burkians love dragons.
I found this in the attic. It was Grandpa's. How come you never told us the truth about dragons?
That's a lot of explaining Hiccup has to do for his daughter. And then Sephiroth convinces Nothing to kill the dragons. Then Hiccup and Astrid are talking about a pageant for Snoggletog to convince the new generation of New Berk that dragons and humans did become friends. And then Hiccup starts feeling upset because of the talk of dragons makes him miss Toothless. I wonder if Astrid misses Stormfly. Who knows?
All this talk of dragons kinda makes me miss them. Wonder if Toothless ever misses me.
Toothless is drawing Hiccup in the Hidden World as his memories are coming back to him, and the Nightlights find the drawing very interesting, and then Toothless and the Light Fury gone asleep, I assume. And the Nightlight is very fascinated by the Hiccup drawing, while at New Berk these kids are throwing snowballs at the statue of Stoic, and then Gobber gives out to the kids and says to Hiccup and Astrid how he's upset that Berk has forgotten about Stoic.
Pains me how the wee ones of this town have forgotten Stoic.
The town has forgotten about Stoic, but what about Valka? Did she erase from existence? Is she dead? Do they not like talking about her dead because it upsets Hiccup to have lost both his parents? But I've seen a review mentioning Valka being dead isn't a good excuse, because if Gothi can survive a snow wreath attack and is still alive for so many years, then Valka can survive through anything. I get the reasons for Valka and Eret's absence is because of budgeting reasons, but at least remember their characters. I mean, Ruffnut says absolutely nothing, and doesn't even have a voice actor. If she can be there without a voice actor, so can Valka and Eret. Sure, Eret wouldn't have served a purpose, but still. Valka would help Sephiroth and Nothing be less afraid of dragons and possibly tell them about her experience, and she's had experience with dragons for 20 years and even lived with them for that long. Garber then tells Hiccup and Astrid the script he wrote for the previous pageant, and Astrid suggests that the new pageant should be about how the dragons and humans became friends, and Garber says he'll start writing it. Then the Nightlights get excited and wake up and fly from the Hidden World to New Berk. I wonder how long that took. Garber then sees Hiccup's handmade Toothless costume, and Hiccup says Sephiroth will fall in love with Toothless, and Garber mentions a reference to how gear can't bring back the warmth of your old lost friend.
But cogs and gears can't bring back the warmth of your friend's nose or the light in his eyes.
Or the sound of your best friend's voice. Yeah, I miss my dad too, Gobber.
We'll make them both proud.
Hiccup then goes to the house and Sephiroth sets the trap on him to test to see if it will work on the dragons if they arrive at New Berk, and then Toothless and the Light Fury panic in the Hidden World as they find out that their kids are gone to the human world and the dangers that reside there. Then Hiccup and Gobber have a look at the performances of the Snoggletog pageant, and Tuffnut is the best pick for acting out Hiccup, and Hiccup gets pissed because he's nothing like Hiccup, and even Astrid makes a mistake.
Hey, Hiccup, Oh.
Are you serious?
The Nightlights are nearly at New Berk, and wow, it only took them one night to get there from the edge of the world. Wow, that went quick. Fishlegs then auditions for Stoic and does a pitch-perfect Stoic impression.
If I don't return, know that all I am, all I do is for you, my precious Hiccup.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes, I am. This isn't working.
The reason Gobber doesn't think it works is because he gets too upset about hearing Stoic's voice because he's dead, and then he fails at acting out Stoic because it upsets him because he misses Stoic. The Nightlights then arrive at New Burke and try not to get caught by the humans, and then they find Hiccup, but they hide because they think the costume is actually Toothless, which is hilarious. And they run and get into big trouble. Then the pageant begins and Hiccup gets into the costume, and then an accident happens and the place goes on fire, and the only thing that can save Hiccup from dying is the one and only Toothless. Toothless saves Hiccup but sadly doesn't get to see him. Gobber then puts his hand on Toothless but doesn't know that it's really actually Toothless. And thus Zephyr for the first time ever gets to see Toothless, and then Toothless flies off with his family to the hidden world. Everyone at New Burke is happy, and Hiccup admits to Astrid she was right because it was what New Burke needed.
You were right. It was exactly what everyone needed. For the kids, and for the memory of my father.
Then Hiccup and his family go back to the house and see something lit the house up and the bowl was empty. And Hiccup gets to see Toothless after 10 years, and Toothless and the dragons fly off. And then the short film ends with the credits, reusing the final flight scene from Hidden World. Oh man, I can't actually believe the franchise is sadly well over. Well, thankfully it won't go down the same way Shrek did and was beautifully planned, and it ended in the best way possible. However, it feels really weird that now everything's done. The shows are done, the trilogy is done, and now the entire franchise. It's been an outstanding decade with these characters and storytelling. After watching Homecoming again, it may now be my favourite of the 5 shorts. Not as good as the trilogy nor Race to the Edge, but it is very good. I do have issues with it, definitely, as it does have nitpicks, and it certainly isn't perfect, but I think it's a great way to end the franchise. Well, not as great as The Hidden World. I don't know if I'd give it a rating of a 9 or a 10 or an 8, but stay tuned for the franchise ranking volume 2 very soon. All I can say is the How to Train Your Dragon franchise is always going to be remembered.